The 2 minutes have passed. The 2 minutes have passed. Yeah, man, I like to motherfucking wait for 2 minutes to pass before I start talking my trash. You hear me? You did that. Did that. Did that. Did that. Did that. It's a couple grapes in here and shit. What shall I eat today? What shall I eat today? What the fuck do I want to eat today? What the fuck did I eat yesterday? Oh yeah, I had that pizza. That was that pizza I had. That's that pizza I had. I went up, got me a bike. I had to go get me a bike. Man, didn't I just have that shit in my hand? I just had that shit, didn't I? Man, I just had that shit, didn't I? Oh, that's on my floor. It fell on the floor. I couldn't find it no more. Hey. Damn, dog. I don't know what I want to eat, bro. Still ain't put this bitch in. Fuck it, that's why, nigga.
But why do you think it only went to media niggas that don't fuck?
That's only
people that what?
Only those are the only people mentioning it. All the media niggas that don't fuck
with everything. If you're a civil person, right? But why do you think it only went to media niggas that don't fuck?
That's only
people that what?
Only those are the only people mentioning it. Like what you're talking about? Like niggas is going at stake for sure.
No, you ain't see this. That's why I keep saying I'm like
going at stake for sure.
That's why I keep saying there's no way I know what the fuck really going on. Like you don't see this shit. That's the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, but that's polymarket. Like that type of stuff is always gonna happen.
Read the first one.
Yeah, but that got nothing to do with like when you brought that shit up. I was like, all right, you just like you trying to swim for like the fences.
Well, okay. Well, look at this.
That polymarket shit got nothing to do with nothing. That.
By the way, I don't care about none of this shit.
But you brought it up.
Why? Because your man is going crazy. If your man, if the nigga shooting at me, I gotta shoot back.
He wasn't shooting at you like that. No, shooting at you like how he shoot at you now.
Hey, the first week. I told you this on a Friday.
No. Of course, afterwards. What I'm saying is that before, like, put it like this.
But I never said this publicly. I said something to you
privately
on a Friday.
Yeah, but of course I'm gonna tell my man. Like
sure, but that's
if I'm telling my man,
like him license to just start going crazy on me. Like,
because he been getting harassed, so he been trying to figure out what the
doing me.
Because put it like this: before I think you think he was shooting at you before he wasn't. The nigga fuck with Drake. That's it, bro. Like the whole Drake shit. That's what I'm saying.
You
most
seen
of
this one,
yeah, that's it. Bro. But most of that shit is like nothing about nothing,
bro. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like,
put like this: if any of that is on some criminal shit, there's way.
All right, we finna get into this reaction. We finna get into this back and forth. You know, they've been feuding, so now they face to face. The hash out they differences, or they, you know what I'm saying? Whatever issues they had with one another, but it seems like it stems from motherfuckers in their team or in their squad or shit that they around and involved, people that they involved with, not them directly or personally. So now they gotta hash it out and sit down like two bosses, you know what I'm saying, and get that chain of command correct with their people, so this shit don't happen again. Obviously, so they try not to happen again. Man, I want to eat something, bro. I don't feel like going over though, and I don't want to wait on shit. And I'm doing this right now, so fuck it. I already started.
Way
this
bigger
shit.
fish to fry than just George. Like,
but even
George is like,
but that's
just like,
yo, that's what I say all the time. I'm like, yo,
like put it like this, Drake.
But that's what I say. I'm like, yo, y'all got way bigger fish to fry than me. I said I called my man to give my man a heads up about some shit, and then that guy spends the next week shooting at me. So now
I told you I should have got you on the phone with him. But here's the thing, though, and this is what I really think. We'll get into it. We'll get on camera, or whatever. But
you wearing the steak T-shirt? You got the steak T-shirt.
I thought you were coming with a hat. I thought you were coming here with a hat. I'm like, I'm popping the chain out, nigga, and the shirt.
That's crazy.
Yo, what? Yo, and also, you know, nigga, I'm like, yo, I'm about to come in here and see paper planes all over the place.
Oh, what? By the way, this is a paper plane.
Exactly.
It's comfortable. What y'all want me to do? Y'all mad at me because this shit comfortable.
Yo, Charlie, you gotta come.
My jacket
no, you gotta come clean, Charlie. You gotta come clean. Charlie, you wasn't coming clean. You wasn't coming clean. Yo, anything anybody can say about me, they know I'm mad transparent. I'm open with it. Like, I'm not even hiding it. That's why I even can't wear it.
Nation.
And I'm not saying work. You see, you about to play semantics to me. I can tell.
What?
Because of course you're down on their payroll like some pawn. But nigga, you got mutual business interests with these niggas, bro.
We never. Who said I didn't? We never had that conversation.
But that's like me saying, okay,
we never had that conversation. And that's one thing you said. You said Charlamagne never told me he had any affiliation with Rock Nation. That's not true,
nigga. You never did.
Do you remember your scream the day after I called you that Friday? You literally said verbatim, Charlamagne said he's gonna try to connect me with Rock Nation. Apparently, he got some type of connection with him. And you said
you never said that. Like, I'm thinking you just know, because most of these, like the Rock Nation people, I don't know who they are. Like, if I seen Desiree outside this building, I walk past her unless I remember what she looks like online. I've never seen her. I've never been in the same room with her. Nigga, even Jay, the only time I ever seen Jay, I was at a Kendrick concert. I seen that nigga in the skybox.
And you said,
I don't know these people.
And you said Desiree got me a therapist. I'm like, where the fuck, where I get that from?
That's what they told me.
Who's this?
Yeah, they told him. The internet, bitch. You know who they are. The same people that told you that the same day that told you motherfucking Rock Nation got something on your ass. I mean, same people that told you that shit about act, nigga. Niggas be acting like they don't know shit. Nigga, you know shit. Nigga, you know shit, nigga. Fuck, nigga, you know. You know what the fuck going on, nigga. Fuck niggas always act like they don't know what the fuck going on.
Nigga, the people. So I'm racking my mind around, and they're like, yo, they said you admitted it publicly.
I've never said that. Desiree got me a therapist. How crazy does that sound?
Nigga, I don't know, but they said you and her locked in, and I'm like,
I love Desiree though.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's not a secret.
That makes sense. Well, I don't know. Listen, what I know, and this is what I'm saying. I know you're too smart for it. Rock Nation been coming at me for smooth 3-4 years.
On what though?
On things that what's their initiative I'm going against. Like I just happen to, it could be the Meg shit. It could be like any initiatives that I've just never kind of been, and it's not like on some.
I thought Meg sued you.
Well, Meg never sued me. Meg sued a blogger. But this is what we say. If we're gonna talk about, and we should talk about media campaigns and everything. Because I'll agree with you on certain shit. Like when you're not talking about like Grant and George, whatever you want to call him. Okay, if you want to call it a campaign, because I ain't gonna lie, that nigga, he is a smart nigga, bro. I gotta be honest. But if you're gonna deny that other people don't have campaigns,
they don't.
You're crazy,
bro. Nobody campaigns like yo. It's not even close.
No, it's the most visible and the most. I would say the loudest voice. Don't mean that's something that's happening, bro. I consulted with the best attorney in the land. What they did for a deposition with me, that I'm not even party to the case, bro. They tried 15 times to get me to purge myself because you're under the oath. Mm-hmm. They were setting it up for the lawsuit.
Why'd you do that without a lawyer? That's crazy.
They're idiots. I sat there laughing for the whole time and ate food.
I don't know. A lot of times I feel like if somebody has you in a deposition and they're asking you certain questions, to me, it's because they already have certain information. And like you said, they want you to purge yourself. So why would you ever do that without a lawyer?
But even then, everything is interconnected though, right? And even then, that's what I'm saying. If we talk about campaigns, they're playing a different game. They're playing the game of, all right, yeah, I went without legal representation. My legal representation is going to charge me 30 days.
What's wrong with that? That's what happens.
Okay, no. I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that it's not about the money. It's just about, I know how Rock Nation plays. They're just trying to exhaust. They don't have any.
That's my point. Like a lot of times,
that's not your point. You're not even agreeing that Rock Nation, they're the same thing.
You got to show me. I'm just saying you got to show me. You got to show me
in a deposition.
Because you was wilding on Megan. I thought it was a deposition for defamation on Megan.
Yes. Listen, I did 7 hours. That's a federally allowed limit. Mm-hmm. We get brought down. So basically, they asked one question that I said, listen, I'm gonna keep it being with you. I'm a journalist, so I'm gonna evoke that right. I'm not gonna give up my sources. They wanted the source. I later said, hey, by the way, the question you asked, because they wanted to stop the deposition. They're like, let's go talk to a judge right now. And I said, hey, listen, I don't even remember who the person is. So I gave the answer already. We went down to the judge. The judge had to review 7 hours of deposition. The judge, I'm telling you, the judge scolded them. The judge said, hey, listen, this is a case between Milagro, Cooper, and Megan P. You're asking a New Jersey resident who you think has material information that you're deposing. You spent 7 hours. That's the max amount of time. 70% of the time you're asking about Drake, Nicki. What does that got to do with me? Drake, Nicki. You're asking about steak. Then in the middle of the deposition, hour 6, I remember I got a whole thing recorded. In the middle of the deposition, she one of the lawyers, they asked to show an exhibit. So they put up academic TV stuff or whatever, and the lawyer messed up. She shared her current screen, and I seen her slap. All of the communications is go tell Desiree.
We remember that. If you've been invested and know about the motherfucking deposition that Rock Nation and Meg Thee Stallion had against Akademiks for defamation, you remember this shit going viral. You remember that boy doing a whole deep dive breakdown for about 2 hours about how these motherfuckers fucked up and showed the screen. Communicate directly with Desiree Perez and Rock Nation. That's Rock Nation CEO. So when you connected to them, sharing conversation with them. You talking to Rock Nation directly when you talking to Desiree Perez. But
what I can say?
What's wrong with that though? Megan is her client. Like if I was on a deposition, my manager would be on, a business partner would be on it too.
Charlamagne, the Rock Nation CEO, who's suing a blogger. The blogger, there's a judgment of $75,000. The blogger says she can't even pay it. So think about this. They spent $2 million in legal fees. They got a $75,000 judgment. She can't even pay it. You put like even my lawyer like, yo, but they spent like at least $100,000 in depot.
I hear you, but you can't play victim.
No, and I'm not
like if you're any of these bloggers and you talking that shit online, all it takes is for one of those entities to be like, you know what? Let me make them have a hard life.
Charlotte, nobody's playing victim. We're just not playing idiot. Because I'm literally saying what's happening, and I'm calling it out, and you're like, what do you mean?
But that's two different cases. In that case,
it's all interconnected.
Megan Thee Stallion, Rock Nation.
It's all interconnected.
How is this interconnected? How did what I call you and tell you about how
interconnected? You're like, you're too smart. No, you're too smart for this.
Just tell you. Put it like this, right? I heard you say you said you think I work for Rock Nation, right?
You about to do the word, the kind of like
affiliation or whatever.
You got affiliation with them.
They're my people. That's a fact. I've always said. By the way, you know that I'm winning this. This is going right back. Right now. Every time you talk, it's going right.
Desiree's listening somewhere, right, or she's like, "This is probably a hint string." But
no, I always say, you've heard me say this for years. My 4 entertainment idols in Black Godfather, Arsenio Hall.
Listen, niggas act like they joking. Niggas say they be there for real. This is going right back directly to Rock Nation. It's a joke because it's recorded publicly, and bitch, they probably seen this shit first. They probably seen this shit before it premiered.
So I just published his book, his memoir.
They probably seen this shit live, no bullshit. But like he said,
I mean, with that promo,
Petey Green,
okay,
legendary radio personality, and Jay-Z. That's no secret. I've always said that my whole career. Petey, Arsenio Hall, who I just published his book, his memoir on my Black Privilege Publishing.
I mean, with that promo,
Petey Green,
okay,
legendary radio personality, and Jay-Z. That's no secret. I've always said that my whole career.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you why that's facetious. That's why I wore the chain because I'm a huge fan of Drake before I had the chain and after I got the chain. Drake has never given me $1. Okay, yeah, he said transportation for me to come film something for his rollout. He's never gifted me like, yo, here's some money. Let me put you on paper. No. So, but no, that's very different. I have zero business interest. Like Drake's not hitting me like, let's go half in on this business venture. You're.
But if he did, you would. Why wouldn't you? If he called you right now, him and I just saw him and who's Aiden just did what they got together. It's something. Or he just invested in one of Aiden's companies.
Yeah,
if he did that, if he called you and did that, you would. Why wouldn't you?
But I would say it.
Who said I didn't say it? You
never said it.
Yo, you said verbatim.
You're doing a slight hand here. Everybody knows.
You said verbatim. You said Wayno exposed something. No, Wayno was correcting you because you said out of your own mouth, I saw Charlamagne advocating for Jay-Z's casino. How was he wrong?
He said Charlamagne wasn't there on behalf of Jay-Z. Charlamagne was there on behalf of himself because he had some financial stake in the casino. Here's the thing, bro. We looked at the what was submitted to New York State. You're not listed as some like single sole entity that's an independent person. You're listed under Rock Nation. So you're there. So what he's saying is wrong. You might be there because you have business interest in that casino, but you're under the Rock Nation umbrella.
Yeah, because there's 4 entities that were vying for the bid for the casino in Times Square. You had SL Green, which is a real estate company, because they own the building, right? The building that the casino was going to be in, which was I think 1540 Times Square. You had Caesars, you had Live Nation, and you had Rock Nation. Anytime you're getting involved in a multi-billion-dollar potential bid, you're gonna have to come in with somebody. But that's just a fact. Even when I saw you reading the names, I'm like, you think everybody that's under that Caesars thing works for Caesars? You think everybody under SL Green works for SL Green? No, you can look under the Rock Nation thing and see that everybody that's under Rock Nation don't work for Rock Nation.
Yeah, but they have that affiliation. There's nothing wrong with.
And y'all said I didn't disclose it, but you read you were reading the disclosure form.
We have to go to a site to go. Charlie,
it's public record. I was at town hall meetings advocating for this casino. I'm in the middle of it.
Advocated, but you never said. I'm doing this because I'm business-wise aligned for this casino. And also, you know why it's a got you too? It's only a got because I know you gonna do the well. I kind of said it like nobody's gonna find
wanted to be a silent partner,
bro.
Bro. He didn't disclose that information because there's such things as silent partners, bro. He didn't want to be as a nigga, bro. As a nigga, when there's some big shit going on, bro, you know the type of you a controversial nigga. Why the fuck do I want to tell why the fuck do I want to tell anybody what the fuck I'm doing? Like, why the fuck, if I got $1 billion idea, right? If I got $1 billion idea and I got a nigga in my family that's got a cleaner face than me, I could say this man has been a firefighter, he in Congress, he in the office, he, you know what I'm saying? He's perfect white American. And I know I could use this individual as my partner and we could take over. And I know this is going to be very successful if I use him instead of me as the face. I'm a silent partner, bitch. I'm a heavily invested silent partner. I ain't got to be the face. I ain't got to know shit, but I'm a silent investor. I'm the front. But bitch, I'm like Slim and Cash Money. Bitch, you barely see me. You know, you gonna know I got something to do with it, but bitch, I ain't gotta broadcast it. Why would I broadcast it knowing I'm a controversial motherfucker? Anything I say at any given time that I might say might fuck up this deal. I ain't finna do that shit. I understand Charlamagne on that point now. You know what I'm saying? Then you ain't gotta let everybody in your business.
But the barbs have been circulating that forever.
But no one was gonna really like find
let motherfuckers do their research.
It's about really the hypocrisy. Because
tell me why it's hypocritical.
Yeah, because if you're gonna talk about whether it's crypto casino, sweepstakes casino, any type of casino, I don't even know I'm like a legit degenerate gambler. I don't even know you'd be a gambler. And so when I see you co-sign a casino with Rock Nation,
that's when you do your tricky wordplay.
No,
I never said anything wrong with casinos. I never said there was something wrong with casinos. I never said there was anything wrong with gambling. Never. What I was talking about was the things we were talking about before. You're currently in a lawsuit with for something, right? Well, they named you with. Oh, I got it right here.
I'm gonna say it's something wrong with gambling because I'm thinking about going to this casino. These niggas said casino so much. It's something wrong with gambling. I'm gonna tell you niggas, right? Don't go doing that shit. Unless you know about numbers and sports and shit. Even in sports, that shit get rigged sometimes. Them motherfuckers be in a nigga pocket.
It's a replica lawsuit that's been filed in 5 different states. They finally had why? Because
this one, keep the light within you shining
class action complaint that was filed in Virginia with state.
It's not class action complaint. It's one person. No, I know, but it's
accusing the defendants of running and promoting an allegedly illegal online gambling operation while tying the platform to alleged covert payments and music streaming manipulation. That's what I was talking about. I never said there's anything wrong with having a casino. Yeah, there's anything wrong with gambling.
Okay, so now when we start talking about casinos, this is why I said that you have an agenda, right? Because in every casino in the world, right? Fanatic Sportsbook, Jay-Z just partnered with them. They're at Ocean Casino in Atlantic City. You know how much litigation they got? So the mere fact that they got a million cases.
Show me.
But this is obvious. That's what I'm saying. You're cherry picking on that.
No, show me.
Prize Picks. I work with them. Everybody works with them. I don't know. Maybe Black Effect works with them too. You know how much litigation they've had just alone in Jersey. But the mere fact is this: y'all took Drake, and these are entities that y'all don't really like, and y'all are saying these are 4 to 5 lawsuits. We've not seen them litigated. One was in Virginia, just got thrown out. They're also making claims, and this is where I said, like, if it was someone that you weren't. If it was Jay-Z, you put nuance to it. I'll give you an example.
If this wasn't Drake, you would put nuance to it. Because how can you ignore an article that says pay no attention to the grand wizard behind the curtain?
I'll get to that.
5 lawsuits say a bet for rig, the scream of the ball, and even the chat in his mind was higher.
So we're gonna talk about it. Okay. So let's just start with the obvious. And I'm just talking about nuance, and you're trying to grab a random lawsuit and act like it's something it's not. Okay. I remember you being on record saying, listen, release the Epstein files. Fuck it, whoever's on there, burn it down. That's what you said. They release the files, they have Jay-Z names.
No, they don't. You know they don't.
Charlotte, see, you're adding context. Just hold on.
You're supposed to add context to things because you can't just say.
But you're not adding context to that.
Why not? I can read it verbatim.
No, because wait, hold on. Is Jay-Z name in the Epstein file? Yes or no?
Yes, but why?
Ain't no but about that. It's a yes or no question. We know what you said about motherfuckers in the Epstein files. When you give a bitch a yes or no question, and they always want to throw that but in their fast, nah, fuck that. Fuck that butt. Keep that little BBL up out of there. It's a yes or no question.
Oh, okay. So that's yes, right? Okay. Is there a lawsuit versus Drake aiding the state? Yes, right? But there's context, right? You're going to add the context right after. I know the context you would add for the Epstein stuff. You'd be like, well, these are erroneous reports. None of these things got verified. These are also people talking about him. Doesn't mean he did anything. That's the context.
By the way, I haven't accused y'all of doing anything. What I've done is read these things, right? And by the way, I called you. Why did I call you? I called you to tell you that your boy got jammed up, George, and what he said was he gets his marching orders from Acting Drake.
Yeah, but jammed up. So let's go.
Investigators. They just said investigators. What y'all knew?
Who was investigators?
I have no idea.
Okay,
but y'all knew this already. Hold on. But you knew this already. You know how I knew this already? Because I heard you say how you got somebody approached you at the Kendrick Lamar show, and they told you that they had private investigators on your boy.
Okay,
right. So there's another article, the Age.com in Australia. They talked about how they had investigators.
What you trying to slide a hand?
Somebody.
What you trying to do is like hand. Don't be doing that slick ass shit. What you trying to do? You trying to do some slick ass shit. Don't be doing that bullshit, Charlamagne. I know what you're trying to do
right now.
And they told you that they had private investigators on your boy.
Okay,
right.
So
there's another article, the Age.com in Australia. They talked about how they had investigators.
What you trying to slide a hand? Somebody right now is trying to sue you for what you said on the radio. They might be like, hey, put a private investigator on Charlamagne that I could figure out X, Y, and Z. Doesn't mean it's valid. When you do the sleight of hand,
I'm not saying it's valid. All I did was call you.
But you do the sleight of hand when you say investigators to say like, oh, this is a criminal complaint. I was like, your cop is calling Charlamagne like, yo, bro, here's.
No, nobody ever said it was criminal. All I did was call you privately. By the way, hold on. I called you privately and said, "Act. This is what I'm hearing, and I heard that your boy is telling on you." That was it. Y'all are the ones that jumped out there and started saying all this other shit.
Yeah, but everything told me. Public. Nah.
Yes, you did.
Okay, no.
Y'all did.
No, you're right. Because here's the thing. I've called you before. I've called you before when. And by the way, the same people back then, same people now, I've always ignored it because that gets into a really messy territory. We know where that goes. They're coming with certain type of info.
Same with you right now. Exactly. Like, but when I say the same thing, and I'm just like, that's not what I'm here.
Okay. So every single time those things happen, when I look at somebody as my peer, when I look at someone like, no, that's my man, I fuck with him. We could disagree a million times on it. If we just, when I first got on the phone, I'm thinking this is a Drake, and like when it comes to Akademiks TV or whatever, like we fuck with Drake, right? I'm thinking it's just a discussion or a disagreement based on who likes what rapper, what you think. You brought it to this other level where now it feels like there's this nefarious, like behind the scenes, like, yo, people are flipping on you, people are whatever. So that's what I asked you.
But I told you that, and I gave you names. I said the Carson McCoy kid, who I don't even know none of these people. I'm just giving you names. Carson McCoy, or was it Alex Ocha or something like that, and George Wynn. And they would say all of them, they got touched by investigators, and all of them flipped and said, yo, we get all my stories.
I actually said, so if you have the info or have heard about the investigation, who is behind it, because it wasn't criminal.
And what did I say?
You said Lauren LaRosa told you you're gonna find out another time.
But you didn't tell your screen that. What you told your screen was, yo, Charlamagne said, I can't tell you who it is. I never said that. No, I said I don't know. The information came to Lauren. I will find out.
So that sound crazy? That sound crazy?
No.
If I give you a warning, you'd be like, yo, damn, how you getting all this info in? Because that's what I'm more interested in. Because everything you're telling me, yo, there's obviously when it comes to people want to do class action lawsuits versus state for whatever reason. Like,
no bullshit. When a nigga hears some information, bitch, when a nigga come tell
every
you
casino at some point,
when a nigga come tell you some shit about they heard something such and such and such and such, niggas be, I'm gonna tell you, right? A lot of time niggas don't even be thinking about, niggas don't be thinking about who the fuck told them. The initial thought is, what the fuck? Bitch is lying on me like that. Like, what the fuck? Where you heard that from? That's the second thought. Where you heard that from is the second thought. But when the bitch lying, you're like, what the fuck? Bitch is out here lying? What for what? You're like, what the fuck bitch lying on me for? The bitch said, what? Or they tell you about some shit, like some shit going on. Hey, you know, such and such got you investigated. Usually a person, if that's your partner, they not finna leave you lingering about where they heard the information. They're gonna be like, hey, bitch, you need to be straight. You need to be careful, bitch. I think they're watching your ass because they tripping about a little video. I know what we did in the video. I know it was props and shit, nigga, but they tripping on this video, nigga. They interested in that bag because you went to the gun range and shit. The clip showed the bag, and they showed the gun range, but they ain't never showed a nigga pulling nothing out the bag. Cause it was for a prop. It was a prop bag. Don't shit that bag. Those my white boy guns. My white family guns. I got white family, bitch. Don't fuck with me. I got family in all different backgrounds. I'm telling you, boy. Every background. Don't fuck with me, Mr. Racist white people. Some of your favorite white people might fuck with me. They fuck with this real nigga shit. Anyway, that's the next question. Where the fuck you heard it from? And if a bitch can't tell you, a bitch usually be like, hey, such and such, they on your ass because old buddy told me they seen this and this what they tripping off of. Man, if a nigga bringing you some information like, hey, man, you need to watch out because if they don't break that shit down all the way, like, hey, you need to watch out because of this motherfucker told me and all this, like, you ain't even gonna have no question. You ain't even gonna have no question. Like, you ain't even gonna have a chance to ask them who did this or who told you that. Cause bitch gonna already tell you if they fuck with you for real. A bitch might start off like that. Hey man, I was over there talking to the little bitch, and the bitch gonna tell me shit about you. Like, bitch, you need to be on point, bitch. Like, damn, that bitch said that for real? Yeah, boy, yeah. Damn, I appreciate it. That what's up, man. That what's up, man. I'm finna straighten that shit.
Point, gotta pay out some bread to some people who say, yo, man, you got me hooked or whatever the case is. That's how it works. Every casino. We could go to FanDuel, we could go to DraftKings, we could go to Trump even own casinos. That's a very regular practice, right? Where people are like, hey, listen, yo, I've lost my money or whatever. And eventually the casino might be like, yo, I'm just settled because we want to keep operating, we're making a shit ton of money, whatever. That's really par for the course whenever you deal with casinos.
But here's the thing. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit.
All I was asking you is that where are you getting the info? Because
I told you I don't know, but I'm going to try to find out. Did I not
feel
say
like
that
you gaslit me, man?
No, that's you.
No, I feel like you knew who it was from.
I would have told you. But let me tell you this, right? Go back to my original point. You think I'm in cahoots with Roc Nation? That's fair to say. Of
course, right? Absolutely.
And you think Roc Nation is doing this to you?
Roc Nation is part of a broader thing, but yes, of course.
So if I called you to tell you that privately, wouldn't that be me snaking Roc Nation?
No, it wouldn't be. Because, nigga, you didn't disclose who actually it was coming from. It's more like playing both sides. That's really what he was really playing both sides. You feel? That's really what that is. That's really playing both sides. That's really being, you know what I'm saying, not picking a side. That's really not, no, No, that is kind of picking a side. Because no, that definitely playing both sides. He said, wouldn't that be Snake and Rock Nation? No, because you didn't give up your source for real. Because if you were Snake and Rock Nation, you would have told them, hey, these fuck niggas over here at Rock Nation doing this shit to you. Hey, if you were Snake and Rock Nation, you would have been like, after you gave him the information and he guessed correctly, you'd have been like, damn, how the fuck you know? Boy, yeah, these fuck niggas on some bullshit. You would have told him. That's Snake and Rock Nation. But if your ass say, oh shit, I don't know, but I see what I can find out for you. And then you don't never got there to tell them nothing and you find out because you already know it came from them. You ain't snaking them. You ain't snaking them. You just giving a little goddamn hint to your partner. You just giving him a warning because you fuck with him. But you on this side. So you gonna give your little brothers a little goddamn warning. Hey man, get the fuck up out the way, man. Get the fuck up out the way. It's like look, bro, get the fuck up out the way. I'm gonna have to Nino Brown you, G Money. I'm gonna have to Nino Brown you. If you don't get the fuck up out the way, my brother, he was gonna do you like G Money, and he was gonna be Nino Brown. And I'm my brother's keeper. You telling yo, get the fuck up out the way.
Because for that, I was like, yeah,
no, I'm not. Yes. So that should let you know right there. No, if I'm so in bed with Rock Nation, and I'm so in cahoots with them, and they got this master plan to take down Akademiks, and Charlamagne calls to tell him privately, that would mean I'm snaking Rock Nation.
Yeah, but
nah, because at the same time, you could be setting a trap. You could be trying to have him flustered. You could be. That's that shit the motherfuckers do, right? They'll put out a line, they put out some information, and they wait for you to react to it. So it could have been like a borderline setup to try to bring him out more and have him do some shit out of anger, out of emotion, that would jeopardize a lot of shit. Could change up shit for him. Something they could use against him. So not necessarily, but he could have been. I'm really getting suspicious about this nigga questioning about this shit right now, because it seems like he's trying to paint a picture of like, wouldn't I be doing that? Like, why would I be? That's exactly what motherfuckers get you. That when motherfuckers be trying to get you, when then you go to seeing it, that was like, yeah, maybe you right. Nah, fuck nigga. That's why you gotta think outside of the box.
Charlotte, that call wasn't like act safe, because everything you even told me was like the focus of what I'm hearing is people that has been around you. You weren't even saying act, you were saying be careful.
That's right.
Okay. What I felt that call was, that's what I'm saying. I think that was a Rock Nation directed call. You know why? If I completely took heed of that, the people who are around me that you mentioned, I would have just backed up off and be like, yo, I don't know.
No, not necessarily. That just means you cut your grass a little lower so you can really see if there's any snakes there. That don't mean cut those folks off. That was just a simple heads up that you could have kept private, tucked to yourself, and just kept a close eye on everybody just in case.
To me, that was Rock Nation.
But instead, you went to your main shooter and told him, start shooting at Charlamagne.
No, I never told that.
Stop.
No, I promise.
You said you told.
No.
Okay.
I said I can't, because there's times when that page is ran like a fan page. There's like 4 or 5 people at any time that could.
He didn't say it immediately, but he said that shit. Now, like Akademiks ain't say that shit immediately, but he said that shit down the line. He said that shit when he got a little upset. We was like, man, this nigga never told me nothing. And then some other shit came out. He was like, you know what? I'm not holding these niggas back no more. Fuck it. You're against me, goddamn it. Everybody gets it. He said, I ain't holding these niggas back no more. You're against me, everybody gets it. Somewhat along them lines. So Charlamagne ain't wrong. Akademiks ain't wrong, but he ain't do it immediately. But he did that shit.
Now there's a person who kind of like more moderates or probably makes most of the shit on there, but you know, I'm just kind of seeing as the figure who kind of oversees it.
That's not smart. I don't know why you allow that page to use your face in likeness. Like that motherfucker be saying some wild shit, bro.
No, we can get into that. But the point what I'm trying to say is that I didn't co-sign everything that happened. So normally, if I've seen a post about you, I'm gonna hit him and be like, "Yo, I know Charlamagne's my guy. Take that off." I do that a lot. They made a post one time about Cardi B. Cardi B's my friend. Like I talked to Cardi. You on the phone about? Yo, take that off. You get what I'm saying? Like I get it. It's a page that it's kind of news reporting, but they also have like a point of view.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? But it's more fan based. Anyway,
why was he so quick to throw you under the bus? That shit. I'm just asking why. Like immediately.
Who?
George.
Where?
In the text messages to my people. He immediately was like,
Alex, you gotta complain. You gotta complain.
He immediately was like, Act told me to do this. He immediately was like,
he told you?
We got the text.
Let me see the text.
We got the text. Alex, look at the text. I'll show you.
We gotta look at everything.
Alex, please show him.
No, yo, listen to that.
Because I keep saying this over and over, and I don't know if it's because of my reverence for you. Because you know, and people will tell you, people tell me all the time, like, I don't know why you fuck with academics. I'm like, yo, that's my.
Look, divide and conquer. Now, see, it looked like he on some other shit. Like, well, why the fuck he ain't? And if that's the case, nigga, no, I don't know, man. AI is a dangerous tool right now, bro. Bitches could say some shit. They could have a lie already lined up and have some AI shit created to show you, like, what about the message this nigga sent to my partner? A text message too? I don't know, man. I don't know what's easier to AI generate, a text message, a Facebook message, or Instagram DM. I don't know. But I know bitches be lying in every form that they're able to. Bitches be capping.
I know that for a long time. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even think the act y'all see on stream and shit is not the act that I talk to. Blah blah blah. So I literally be telling people I don't think act knows what's really going on.
No, listen.
Show him what George said. And if you want to cut this out later, you can. I don't want to ruin your relationship. I'm just being honest.
No, listen. I showed up here for everything. I hate the conversation about because there's no more private conversations. Like it's at this point, it's like I've been and like I feel like I'm kind of carrying the flag because I'm not really being affected. Like it's these people who aren't like you live your life as a public figure. I live my life as a public figure too. Shit, I'm used to like if somebody's trying to sue people sitting outside my house, I ain't tripping on that.
I'm carrying
the flag.
I don't feel no remorse for George because George be on Akademiks TV talking crazy.
Yeah, no, hold on. I told him, yeah, bro, the gloves are off. I said that publicly. I said I can't say Charlotte.
But he said this before you said that publicly.
That's what he said.
This was literally him folding immediately.
Yeah, no, listen. They had stuff they wanted to go out with you, and I'm like, they know the reverence there. And then after that, I'm like, yo.
But why? And this, you know this about yourself. Yeah. You're very loyal. You're loyal to a fault.
Yes.
Why was he so quick to be like?
I hate when motherfuckers say, I hate that shit. Loyal to a fault. I remember the first time a motherfucker told me that shit. I sat and really thought about that shit for months, bro. I still be thinking about that shit sometimes. Not really that much. But now I'm thinking about it again since I heard this shit. But when nigga told me that shit, I sat and thought about that shit for months, bro. Like, damn. Like, what's the fault? Like, I said, I'm thinking about that shit now, like. And it's being a fault to yourself, really. With your loyalty, ultimately end up hindering your progression. That's the fault of your loyalty. And when I think about the shit that I could have did to progress my situation that I ain't do because of loyalty, and then you find out them motherfuckers wasn't even, your loyalty wasn't even reciprocated in the same way. That should make you want to change who you is as a person, right? But ultimately, you can't really change who you is as a person because that's in your DNA and shit, right? But what if you could? Would you choose to do that shit? Would I choose to do that shit? I don't think I would.
You're like, yo, man, Act told me to do that, blah, blah, blah. That. You wouldn't have done that to him so fast.
Listen, man,
you would not have done that to him.
Charlotte, that's my guy. And I'm gonna be honest with you. And I hear your point of, well, if he could sit behind the page and whatever, why can't people turn the mirror on him? You get what I'm saying?
Right. And the only reason I thought to bring up the crypto shit, because he told one of my mans, yo, tell Charlamagne stop mentioning me with all of this crypto. You know, I don't want to get my house ran up in. And you know the laws in Australia are very different. You got to report every single. No, I didn't. You got to report every single crypto payment to Australian. I can't remember the name of the organization.
You did a slight of handle with that because I did talk to him after hearing you say it. And he's like, yo, he sent me 3 articles that was within like 2 weeks of, I don't know, like a lot of these like crypto kids that are out there. These gangs were running up in their house and holding them at gunpoint. 2 of them got killed.
Do what? Yo, download your hard drive.
Like,
what you do?
You gotta realize, like, again, he's living in nowhere, whatever. Yeah, he's trying to not have his face out there and address. Also, the pictures that Rock Nation's people took got his whole ad, like you literally see his house.
Let me ask you a question. When Grand Wizard gets served, because that's the other thing I'll be wondering. When he gets served, who are the lawsuits coming from? Because when y'all are pointing fingers at all of these different people, those names on those lawsuits should be the people y'all pointing at. Are those people from Rock Nation?
Yeah, but it don't work like that. So,
what you mean?
Like,
who are the lawsuits from? Is what I'm saying.
Okay, no, I hear the question. So, you're gonna have to remember this is also casino adjacent, right? I'm telling you, every casino or some type of, it could be, if we're talking about call sheet, we're talking about poly market. If we're talking about, those are betting prediction market. If we're talking about prize picks, we're talking underdog fantasy. Those are fantasy sports. They're all doing the same thing. Like I had to deal with prize picks and underdog. Spotify got me to deal with underdog. They literally tell you we're skirting. Well, they don't say they're skirting around real laws, but they're like, when you are doing your promo, mention it this way because this is how we avoid the law. This is entire how casinos, prediction markets all happen.
That's cool. But who are the lawsuits coming from?
Okay, so I'm telling
you, those are your ops.
No, I'm gonna tell you. But that's why I say Rock Nation is involved because
so Rock Nation's suing y'all. That's who the lawsuits are coming from.
It's not, their name is not going to be in a lawsuit.
Why not?
So for example, I'll give you an example.
So you think they're funding people to sue you?
Yeah, yes, of course.
How can you prove that? I'm asking. I don't know.
Okay, show me. Have you read these lawsuits?
No.
These lawsuits are claiming these people said they don't have no money. Yet their lawyers are going up against states lawyers. Who do you think is funny? A broke motherfucker claiming they're suing $1 billion casino.
Well, it's just a civil suit. You don't need no money to file a civil suit.
There's a million motions, Charlamagne.
You don't need any money to file a civil suit.
Show me. Have you ever?
I can file a civil suit right now with no lawyer.
You've been in civil suits, right?
100%. And that's how I know people. Plenty of broke people can sue you.
Let me ask you a question: whether defendant or even if you were going at somebody, because I was just about to sue somebody for defamation. Lawyer flat out told me, "Are you committed at least $100K with this?"
And you know why? Because you're a public figure. And by the way, you look crazy suing somebody for defamation.
Not really,
because you go crazy on people.
If
like somebody can say that you defame folks every day.
Let me ask you a question: so if someone came out and blatantly called you or labeled you as something,
they do all the time.
So you say you would never sue?
I would exactly. No, you're right. I've attempted. That's how I knew Drake was going to sue when Kendrick did what he did. I've thought about it and attempted, but it's really hard for public figures to ever prove defamation. I'm sure your lawyer told you that.
Yeah, but certain things is blatant though. And it wasn't even that because certain stuff is blatant. Like if I call you a particular name that's associated with a particular crime that you never got convicted of or you never got arrested of, that's clear defamation. Now maybe to prove the damages or malice or whatever, all these other things that go into it, it's just not worth it based on how much you're going to spend. But you also do have a case. If you call a media personality out there literally saying you're a convicted whatever, and they're shouting it loudly on a platform, you're following.
Oh yeah, if you're not a convicted whatever.
Of course, 100%. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So in those situations, there's somebody who's done that to me. You know what I mean? And they're on a public platform. I don't really think they got much money, but you know what I mean? I could probably take a couple of pennies from them. But
that's how all of y'all should be. Every single blogger with a platform, anybody that discusses. Not just you, but just bloggers in general think that they're always going to be the bigger person. And they got better things to do. One day they just might be like, fuck it. And you got fucking money. And then what I see a lot of times is that's when everybody starts playing the victim. And I'm just like, no, you know what you said. You know how you was moving. Like it's wild.
You think I play victim?
No. Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes. I think especially in this situation with Rock Nation, it feels like you're acting like you're getting picked on. But you got a whole team of people coming at folks. Like you can't be mad at anybody that comes at George Wynn from Akademiks TV. He is crazy. If he was, if you was on the other side,
that's why I said, Charlotte, get out the way. It's me versus The Rock. It's cool.
No, it's not. You don't have it. I promise you. You don't have it.
They've spent. I'm telling you. I promise you. I could go through receipt by receipt. I see what they're doing. They spent at least $500,000 getting that.
On what?
The deposition. That's not some cheap. I got nothing to do with that case. That was a reason.
That's a specific case. That's Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. And by the way, y'all did the same thing. You had a whole campaign against Megan.
Actually, not. Like,
come on.
Everything they claimed was false.
Yo, that's what
everything they claimed was false.
No.
False accusations. False.
I can even.
And also, by the way, if we're talking about depositions and even civil cases, all right, cool. Like, listen, I did that deposition 8 hours, no lawyer. Maybe not the smartest thing, but Rock Nation hired a bunch of dummies.
Let's have a media conversation real quick.
Desiree Perez been ducking every deposition. She ducking one versus her daughter. There's like 5 others. She don't want to sit down.
Nothing about none of that shit.
It's like
she ducking that shit like Darkwing. Been ducking that shit like Daffy. I've been ducking that bitch like Affleck. Just ducking that bitch like Daphne. What the bitch name is? That bitch ducking that bitch. The bitch ducking.
You know these people until I ask you a real question.
I don't know anything about any of this shit you're talking about. I mean, listen.
How do you know about George, but not
because articles about
George? Is a fucking AI that lives out in the ecosystem.
Stop. This,
Rock Nation.
Okay, this is George. I'm gonna read you this article. You tell me if I'm tripping. This is from inversewire.com.
Nobody even heard about his website until you brought it up. It's not you read from CNN. Charlotte, you read inversewire.com.
You take advantage of the worldwide nigga.
Yo, Charlotte, man.
You take advantage of the worldwide nigga net, and you know them niggas don't read.
Yo, Charlotte.
You know them niggas don't read.
Yo, what Charlotte's doing right now? Which camera? What Charlotte's doing right now?
Reading.
He's basically saying, yo, we got an article from NarRight.com. Like,
that's not true. That's not true.
Nobody ever heard that site.
Okay, well, after this, I'm gonna read the Wall Street Journal one. You ever heard that one?
Yeah, but that got doesn't mention George.
It mentions
no, it doesn't mention George.
It mentions Drake and Aiden Ross.
Oh, so you're moving the goalposts.
No,
that's why. Because that's my whole point. You've been moving the goalposts.
If you don't want me to, I won't.
No, nobody knows the face.
If you don't want me to read it, I won't.
Yo, you might as well.
You do deflect. You
can, but you might as well read somebody's Substack. You use the Wall Street Journal, which is legit, but they're talking about Polymarket. They're talking about Drake, who mentioned him in the song, which, by the way, Drake can rap about whatever he wants. Cool. They mentioned Aiden Ross, who did do a deal with them. Fine. Nothing mentions George. Nothing mentions
George mentions in the civil suits. You're not mentioned in these things.
But
you're only mentioned in one.
You're using that to make your argument. Why are you using Polymarket? Listen, I didn't do a call sheet. Like, I'm not open and honest. You see, Charlamagne gonna tell you. Charlamagne, you won't have to read about it in like some hidden disclosure shit that he's partnered with Rock Nation or Casino. Me, I'm gonna tell you, I had a Polymarket deal.
You know the difference?
Call sheet?
You know the difference? If we had actually got the license and there was a casino open, yes, hey, Charlamagne has equity in said casino. But when we're just bidding for a license, the disclosure should be to two people. The government regulators, which you read yourself, and my employer, which is iHeart.
Okay, so you're basically saying you getting on the radio and basically telling people that your Times Square needs this.
But I really feel that. That's me giving commentary as a media personality.
Okay, cool. But you don't feel that you need
which is completely above board.
Okay, cool. I'm not. You see, unlike you, I'm not trying to like invoke that you did a crime. I'm just saying based on you got to remember, and this is what also I said.
By the way, I only would have equity in said casino if I got the license for the casino.
I guess. But what I'm saying is, and this is where my disappointment is that a lot of how you move, I've said I looked up to you because I like your openness. The first time I ever did an interview with you, there was somebody I used to work with on college radio, and like I didn't know this person had a problem with me. They even brought me upstairs to come do the interview. You remember the first moment you seen me, elephant in the room, and I respected that. I said, "Yo, you know what I like about Charlamagne? He's not gonna just like, all right, let's not talk about it, let's avoid it, let's get to it." That's how transparent you are. So what I'm saying is that when you're now on the radio and you don't mention it, like
name 5 things that I'm invested in.
You got a little crystal joint.
Mm-hmm. How do you know that?
You said it,
and it's open.
Hold on. But also when you're promoting even that fast food chain, you're also saying, yeah,
because that's what you're supposed to do.
Okay,
if the facility exists, it's there, it's mine. Hey, me and my wife bought 6 crystals in South Carolina. 2 of them are currently open. So I'm trying to
get a point of why.
Now name some more.
That what's up? He got crystals. I don't support no fast food shit like that. But if you're a business nigga, get your money back, because you know motherfuckers don't eat in crystal burgers. I ain't seen the crystals, and this it was only one in my city that I knew like 2. I think both of them bitches gone. Don't fucking eat crystals around this bitch. Ain't nobody fucking with them goddamn little ass burgers. Little ass. Them bitches used to come in the clutch though. I ain't gonna lie. I used to work by one of them bitches. By a crystal. Nigga went over there, got like goddamn 12 of them little bitches. Them bitches came in the clutch, boy. 12 of them little bitches was like 3. It was like 3 little real burgers, but shit, it did what it was supposed to do. I think I only had like 8 of them bitches. 12 of them little crystal burgers. Probably had 6. I think me and my partner bust them bitches down. Motherfucking crystal boy got 6 crystals. That boy okay. I like to hear shit like that when niggas get into
you did some weed shit, like some dispensary, right?
And me and Raekwon did that. Does that mean I work for Wu-Tang?
No.
Okay.
Do you work with them? Of course. Mm-hmm. Right? So you work with them. Okay, cool. Okay. My thing is,
but how did you know that?
Once again, you said it, but that's what I'm saying.
So why did I say it?
Hold on. You said everything except the Jay-Z casino
because
thing.
There's no casino. And by the way, you saw me publicly advocating for. You said I'm at town hall meetings. There's plenty of there's so many articles that came out before this week. Me and Fat Joe at town hall meetings, going back and forth with people about the casino. We're at Manhattan Plaza Center doing community events, trying to get people to be open to a casino coming to Times Square. Like all of this is Been public record.
Yeah, but Charlotte, okay.
How you think Wayne don't even know it?
Charlotte, to put in perspective.
Okay.
If
it's not my fault niggas don't read.
Yeah, but if you're doing a sleight of hand.
It's not a sleight of hand.
If right now I say, yo, Drake dropping some new shit, like some Nocta shit with an owl on it, everybody go copy. That shit look fire. Right? And I'm just saying that without telling people like, bro, you know I got a percentage in that.
There's a difference. You have actual product. There's no casino for me to disclose to the public.
You're trying to wiggle out the back right now. Also, you're saying,
no,
I didn't tell y'all that whole process was at least 12 months. By the way, there was
longer.
You talking about
longer.
Hold on, you also talking about these articles that you have. You named the website. Nobody has ever. Bro,
okay, so you want me to read the Wall Street Journal then, since you don't want to read?
No, you can't read the Wall Street Journal. But it got nothing to do with this. Here's the thing.
Can I just read? Can I just read it though?
Wait, let me just
say read it.
Let me just say one thing.
Can I read it?
You can't.
You don't want me to read it.
20 seconds.
You've been deflecting for 2 weeks.
20 seconds.
Yes,
20 seconds.
Every time I bring up this stuff, and that's why I only keep doing it. I'm like, every time your guy George jumps out there and says some wild shit, all right, boom, I'm gonna read another article. I'm gonna point people in this direction.
Okay.
You don't want your name next to crypto, George? Watch this.
All right, so give me 20 seconds. So even in that casino thing, and we're talking about real articles, the real articles that came from that was that apparently, I don't know if it's Rock Nation or Caesar, but somebody in that group was trying to bribe. Don't tell me to see that article. Trying to bribe one of the.
I think I did see that.
Exactly. So when we're talking about, like, this is why I realized Grand doing a hell of a job. He doing like a bang out job on Rock Nation. Like, I get it. This is the Rock Nation 30th, but I ain't gonna lie. He is. I guess there's PRs in the dark.
I think a lot of it's not.
Charlie, you mentioned it for 3 weeks in a row. Like,
this is what I mean when I say y'all play victim. He's mentioning me every day.
No, it's cool.
I get on Brilliant Idiots and talk about this shit for 20 minutes for 2 episodes, and he loses his mind. And it's only 2 episodes.
No, by the way, I'm not mad that you did that. What I'm saying is that if this guy raises to your level of radar, you're one of the greatest media personalities of all time.
What guy?
George, right?
Only because that's your man.
And you're pulling obscure articles.
No,
I'm saying, what about the articles with Rock Nation where they're trying to pay off people to get the casino bid, which failed? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I really think all that stemmed from that.
So talking about, he can post rumors and gossip and bullshit about me and others. But if I talk about these articles, the rumors, the gossip, and potentially bullshit, I'm wrong.
No, I didn't say you're wrong. What I'm saying is
that's what you're implying.
No, I'm implying.
That's what I mean when I say y'all play victim.
No, I'm implying that he's so effective. He's so effective that basically there's certain other people who keep throwing rocks at me. I'm not giving him.
I'm down with you. Here's the thing. I'm not
like even when I had to mention Jeremy. I'm like talking about like a bomb.
I can give a fuck about George Wynn. You know why I care about George Wynn? Because George Wynn comes under the guise of Akademiks TV. So for me, it's like, damn, this guy that I've known for almost 20 years gave him his first interview way back in the day. Whenever there's an issue, me and him on the phone, like whether it's about you or whether it's about me, and when I call you to do what we always do, I give you a heads up on some shit. You let your guy go in.
No, but it was the most elusive heads up, Charlotte.
No, I gave you names.
Charlotte.
I gave you directed. I'm not even gonna talk about what we all talked about on the phone for 2.5 hours. But there was one thing in particular. You talked to me about an artist, and we can talk about it because you talk about this publicly. You talked to me about Lil Baby.
Yeah,
right. You felt like Lil Baby lined you up.
Of course he did.
You said you and Lil Baby had a conversation. Lil Baby told you everything was good, but then you ended up getting to altercation with one of Lil Baby's guys.
Yeah.
You got more smoke for people that I haven't seen do anything to you than you do that guy who lined you up.
Oh, that's more for him too. It's just that with him, it's easy. Like any rapper who's ever, I felt even, did whatever to make me feel a certain way about him. Yeah, of course. Like, I can't wait for his rollout to come. It's going to happen. Like, I've seen what I've done to his career before. I've seen it. Like, he literally got on the phone with me because he said I was stepping on everything he had going on. Don't worry, it'll happen again. So I do got smoke.
But then you're
trying to play from Rock Nation. They're the invisible opponent. This is why, even as of recent, I'm like, Charlamagne, nobody really is trying to even talk about you. Just get out the way. Let Desiree and Jay-Z sit. They are the people that everybody's shooting at.
This is why this is delusional to me. Even if that's true. If that's true.
You're running defense for them.
No, I'm not. If that's true, I can move out the way. If that's true. Why would you want that problem?
They want the problem with me. I'm not saying
because you and Akademiks TV and whoever else probably won't shut the fuck up. Like,
all right, so they want to control it. If they want to control it, it's on.
It's not about control. This week alone, I'm in Anguilla. Enjoying my vacation.
Was good.
Come on, of course. I'm gonna show you something when we get up there. I guess I gotta disclose that too.
Yo, the Charlamagne disclosure. Yo, check that pin. Check it for a wire earpiece. You know what I mean?
But when I would get back to the room, I would look at things and I would laugh my ass off because I'm not gonna front. It made me feel important that you had your whole legion of internet doom going at me. It's like everybody. I'm like, he got the whole squad. Okay. Every cosmetically challenged motherfucker in the cyber world. All of them. I'm like, oh, shit.
You think? All right. So I'm glad you said that, and we should get into this.
And it made me. And I'm gonna take something else.
You are important though.
Cool.
Nigga, Charlotte on the highs, and this is one of the things that kind of hurt me about. I'm like, I look up to Charlotte.
You don't have to do that. This is what I mean when I say that.
What do you mean?
You don't have to do that. You don't need any of these other people. All you got to do is pick up the phone, Charlotte. And I hate it when people would say things like, "Yo, Charlamagne would never do Akademiks podcast and all of this other shit." It's just like, yo,
you're a little bit elusive. I'm watching you do like some niggas podcast. This shit was crazy.
Well, You're probably right, but it wasn't because I was ducking you. It's just like shit didn't line up, and then there was a little bit of ego because when you got on a screen one night, drunk, yelling and screaming, Charlamagne, no, this was years ago. But when you was mad, I wouldn't do the podcast. I'm like,
oh yeah, I was gonna say you're right.
What's up with that? Like, what you doing all that for?
No, because I feel like anytime when you guys come call, like I'm so big on loyalty. You're right. I've always said it. Like I'm so big on loyalty. I'm so big on okay, this person gave me this opportunity. This person looked out for me. That I know when you hit me up and you're like, hey, you want to come do Breakfast Club? Nigga, I'm there. I don't even. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Anybody, even when it wasn't only you, I spoke about that moment. I spoke about Gillian Wallow. When they hit me in prompt, like, yo, we need a place to shoot. We want to do an episode with you because it's hot at the moment. Yo, come use my studio. I'm like that for everybody who I rock with. I'm not the guy who usually like even with Vlad. Like I tell Vlad yes a million times. For me, I rarely ask for things, but I do look to see a little bit of reciprocity. And I think I kind of had mentioned it. And you're like you didn't say no. You never said no. But it was almost like whenever the time is right. And I'm like, no, I got a Spotify deal. I kind of like I need to get these sit downs right now. It's like right now I do that podcast whenever I want to because I mainly stream. But I feel like it wasn't a priority. Like I'm like, damn, I'm watching you when I see a bunch of other dudes. They're trying to kick off their career. They're not even in the middle of their career. They need you. We're gonna look at them because they're sitting out with Charlamagne.
To the point you just made. I want to help them get their shit going. You Akademiks. I saw you had a conversation about me when I called you about everyday struggle. You manipulated that conversation as well.
No,
I told you that if you keep getting disrespected, you don't have to be there. I said, yo, and I told you, I said that media space isn't respecting your audience yet. Because remember, all of this shit that everybody feels about the internet now, they didn't feel like that back then. They saw it, but they were still trying to play that traditional media game. You were building an audience that they didn't even have yet. And I just told you, hey, if you keep getting disrespected, walk off. But did you tell people? Because Joe did. Joe said this publicly. I was making calls to try to get everyday struggle on Revolt. Okay. Did you ever tell people that?
Well, the Revolt,
a lot of times people think we got issues because of things that you say.
No, the Revolt stuff, I was never really party to.
I told you though.
So
Joe got it.
Joe had conversations.
And then Joe went and did some other shit.
And then I was like an afterthought with that particular thing. So it was not like I'm like in a huddle, a group huddle. The point about the everyday struggle thing, okay, I'll give you that. There is some context missing because you were like, yo, bro, I think you get disrespected on that show.
It's true.
However,
Joe stood up and looked in your face and was yelling at you.
But also it was good theater. Like, and that's where I was trying to like balance it. Like I'm kind of new in the game. And like, I have so much love for that show because it needed to be that. It couldn't be, okay, you got your audience and now you're supposed to be looking like this Don Dada, like, yo, you're supposed to get tested. Now, obviously with some respect, of course. Mm-hmm. But the only part of that conversation I said the part where you said, yo, Ak, you know how you do, nigga, when you go in, walk off on air, that shit happens. And that, like, I thought.
I don't remember saying that though.
Nah, you didn't.
I remember saying, quit the show. I don't know if I said walk off on air.
Trust me.
I don't know if I really don't remember if I said that.
Charlotte, during that time, I remember me and you definitely talked a bunch. I remember even with I remember talking to you about the Wale thing.
What was the Wale thing?
Wale was coming up to the show, and it was like a online moment that was preempting it, where he was just like, yo, nigga, like you can't call me corny. And I remember talking to you, and you basically was like, yo, Ak, if you the type of personality that I'm watching you become.
You got to say it this face.
As soon as he comes in, you need to say, listen here, Wale. And I did that. I feel like you kind of slammed it a bit. Like I remember your comments when it wasn't like.
I don't remember you calling Wale corny in his face.
No, I said I made the comment. I made the comment because I was voicing what people were already saying about you online.
No, you can't do that. You got to say, I think you corny.
But
like back in the day,
that's what I said. I said, people think Wale's corny. That was the conversation at the time.
Oh, I thought you called him corny.
Okay. I call these rappers corny because
Wale, that's my guy. He's a Joe too. Listen, that's another thing, and I hope for us to get from this conversation. After we have our conversation, I'm just gonna make the rounds. Not the rounds.
Sure.
But like Joe, just really Joe. Like, because we don't. This shit is stupid. To me, when I sit back and I look at all of this shit that's been going on,
I'm going to George.
Am I going to George? I don't give a fuck about George. That's your man. I don't have to deal with George. That's your guy. I don't give a fuck about that Vietnamese kid from Australia.
That's why I think things went.
George would never hear me mention his name if he had started shooting at me.
Okay, privately. So then I get it publicly, which I think
that's your fault though.
I wanted y'all to.
But I called you privately.
But I'm not gonna.
You didn't have to make any of this public. None.
Let me ask you a question. If I call you and I tell you something about Schultz, are you gonna tell him? You'll fuck with Schultz. If you gotta think like that, you'll fuck with Schultz.
No, I had to think about what you said.
Yo, the moment I fuck with a nigga and you call, like, again, I'm not saying it to throw you under the bus.
But I didn't know you and that dude was close like that. That dude lives all the way in Australia. You know me and Schultz are close. So if I'm with somebody every week, talking to them every day, and you tell me something about them, of course I'm going to them. I didn't know you and George had that type of relationship. I don't know. So I'm just thinking I'm giving you a heads up because these internet dudes done got pressed, and now they're saying, hey, Ak and Drake are the ones we get our marching orders from. Okay, can we get back to the slide of hand? Because I want you to read the article. No, you don't.
I do.
Can I read it now?
Yes.
All right.
Hold on. Are we going to start with a reputable outlet, Wall Street Journal, first? Because I want you to read that and then tell me what got to do with me or got to do with even George?
I didn't say the Wall Street Journal one.
You keep quoting it.
The reason I say that's something to do with you because you told me out of your own mouth that George is the king of the Clippers. And when you see these articles from the Wall Street Journal that
Clipping isn't illegal though.
It says it just says new investigation by Wall Street Journal. Polymarket is paying scores of offshore Clippers to quietly promote its international exchange in the U.S., though it's banned from letting Americans trade on the platform. Polymarket made dummy websites mirroring its real sites, then paid creators to use the fake site and pretend to win thousands. Creators alter headlines and use outdated footage to imply they won bets, even when they often lost. Polymarket paid Aiden Ross multiple millions to promote the site. That's Wall Street Journal.
Okay, so by the way, now let's use a little bit of context.
Okay,
what you read there, if someone is to be in trouble, who's in trouble?
The Clippers and probably Aiden Ross and Polymarket.
I would say Polymarket first. If you're saying
they always get the little fish first because they know that the little fish eventually will tell on the big fish. Who told you this? You have never watched the gangster movies? You've never watched the mob forces? This is how it happens. This is how it happens. You've never seen that. You've never seen that in the street. Like they'll pick up a fiend. A fiend will have a couple of rocks on. Where you get this from? Oh, they selling dope over here on this corner or whatever. Who'd you buy it from? I bought it from this guy named Slim. Next thing you know, that block is getting busted. Because they'll flip Slim. Are you willing to go back in there and make another purchase undercover? Sure. Slim will go. The person will go.
That nigga just told on Slim. Shit don't stop. He just told on Slim. Slim, watch out, Slim. All Slims around America, watch out. Charlamagne just told on y'all.
Buy it from Slim. Next thing you know, the cops are raiding the spot.
Okay, perfect. And I still want you to read.
Okay.
But so do you think that it then puts, whether you're saying Aiden Ross, George, but we got Alex right there. I've seen Alex and Schultz do a call sheet ad. I see them do some shit with State.
What's that got to do with this illegal? They're not being accused of doing illegal shit with any of those companies.
All those companies are being accused of doing illegal shit.
Did you read what I just read?
Call sheet is being accused of similar, but it's the same industry. What I'm saying is that when you're calling that out, and it's not even specifically mentioned, anyone you know, what you're basically saying, if you've worked with Polymarket, maybe the jig is up. Literally.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Let me read you this. Polymarket is Wall Street Journal. Polymarket and virality targeted dozens of videos by Aiden Ross, a 25-year-old manosphere phenom with millions of followers for promotion. Ross has a multi-million-dollar deal with Polymarket, according to a person familiar with the negotiations. And he averages a half hour per week on his live stream, scrolling through Polymarket and commenting on potential trades. In at least 5 of the videos, Ross identified ways he could use inside information to trade on the platform. In one video targeted for promotion, Ross said he could easily use inside information to trade on the release date of a forthcoming album from the hip-hop artist Drake, who was Ross's acquaintance. So he keep hitting me for dates. Trying to finesse Polymarket for bread. Representatives for Ross and Drake declined to comment. Them the only two smart people in this whole shit. Smart Jewish kids not saying a goddamn thing. Meanwhile, y'all out here just yelling and screaming. I don't care about any of this shit.
All right. So let me stick to like say Polymarket.
But not that when we finish talking?
Yeah.
Internal materials show that Polymarket and virality promote videos showing how easy it is to conduct insider trades on the platform. Polymarket has paid Clippers to promote at least 19 videos discussing opportunities to use inside information or other tactics to manipulate markets. Polymarket said it prohibits trading based on stolen information, illegal tips, or information obtained in breach of a duty of trust, confidentiality, or other legal obligation. It added that Polymarket's market integrity framework includes trade monitoring, on-chain transparency, reporting channels, and escalation processes to detect, review, and respond to suspicious activity. Where appropriate, we engage with regulators and law enforcement to support the integrity of our markets. The reason I bring that up is because your boy George is being mentioned, but they say he's the #1 Clipper. You told me that. You told me that.
You're right, but he doesn't work with. It's like saying,
you told me,
all right, this guy is the #1 basketball player, but then I tell you that the Knicks is in trouble, and you're like, well, isn't your friend the #1 basketball player? No, he doesn't work with the Knicks.
There's certain shit I don't even want to say because I'm really not trying to get nobody in trouble, and it's stuff that you told me. But it's stuff that you told me.
Charlamagne, you might as well be.
Why am I? Tell me why I'm blowing the whistle. Tell me why I'm too short though.
Yeah,
I'm too short because I called my guy Ak to give my Ak a heads up on all of this type of bullshit.
I think you called me for a different reason. I think you called me.
What you think I called you for?
I think you called me because I'm gonna be honest with you. I think everyone these days, media is at a point now where it's a battle of narratives. I really think it started with the Kendrick and Drake thing, where everything is an ongoing narrative.
So why would I call Ak privately? Give him a heads up on things. Because what I would think you would do with that information is get in front of whatever this is and shape your own narrative.
No, to shut it down. Basically, I feel like there's a couple of entities. They've been giving Rock Nation belt to
all of this shit came a week or two after I called you. All of these Wall Street Journal articles,
none of them are mentioning the people who you're talking about.
Can I read this particular article about George? Can I read this? Can I read this?
Yeah, from what site? Just say the site one more time.
Inversewire.com, which is a very reputable site. You're trying to convince the worldwide nigga that it's not.
This is realnews.com.
You're trying to convince the worldwide nigga that it's not.
Who's the author now?
I'll tell you right now. The author of it is, his name is Dalton Jackson, senior systems and culture writer. Systems, media, incentives, and the architecture underneath modern culture. That's who wrote this article.
Sounds like a lot of word salad for. This is my own independent blog. It's a Substack. Go ahead.
I'm gonna read this, and we can move on from this, honestly. But I'm gonna read you this. I want to know what you think about this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's where the loop closes on itself.
Ballin'.
Lawsuits allege those rigged casino winnings weren't only for show; they were a laundering rail. Money allegedly moved through states' encrypted tipping feature, described in the complaints as a wholly encrypted and substantially unregulated tool, perfect for putting. The lawsuits allege those rigged casino winnings weren't only for show; they were a laundering rail. Money allegedly moved through states' encrypted.
Money laundering in the casino, you say?
Tipping feature, described in the complaints as a wholly encrypted and substantially unregulated tool, perfect for pushing untraceable crypto to people you'd rather not be caught paying. And who got paid? Spot operators. The suits claim the proceeds financed streaming farms that pumped out millions of fake plays of Drake's catalog, bending Spotify's algorithms, faking a culture-wide consensus, manufacturing the very stardom that made the casino deal valuable in the first place. A rigged casino generates fake wins. The fake wins fund fake screens. The fake screens manufacture real fame. The real fame sells the casino. A perfect circle that never once touches reality. Which brings us finally to the man behind the curtain, who you genuinely cannot make this up, goes by Grand Wizard. George Wynn, an Australian named as a defendant, allegedly runs the Akademiks TV account and operates in chat under that handle. The filings cast him as the operational hinge, the guy who converts the state crypto to cash, liaisons with the bot vendors, and coordinates narratives. The paid clips, manufactured praise, the slander of rival artists, the synthetic chat hype that makes a stage moment feel organic. And per the leaked chat logs, the complaints lean on, the wizard wasn't freelancing. He was allegedly taking his marching orders straight from Drake and DJ Akademiks. The hype man for the hype was himself a hire.
Okay, can I respond to that?
Please.
Okay. Now, this is why I said you're doing media sleight of hand.
I'm just reading what they wrote. This is none of my words. I'm not even saying I believe this shit.
Wait, no. So we're gonna have a conversation.
Okay. The
Wall Street Journal article you read, they actually did some investigative research. What this guy basically is reading that you keep quoting, he's taken 3 to 4 lawsuits,
6, according to the article.
Whatever. Okay, 6, and he's just putting that in paragraphs.
What's wrong with you should read? What's wrong with reading?
Charlotte, because if everybody took every allegation against you that was a civil lawsuit and then wrote your profile,
that's
and
what
said,
they do.
According to Charlamagne, this is how he acts. He does this. You'd be like, listen, are we going to add some context to it? So if we want to go through it, because that sounds like a decently, might be ChatGPT. That guy doesn't look like he's doing too much investigation.
Could you stop?
No, I'm serious.
Guy is I don't even know him. You didn't see him.
Hold on. Wait, because he hasn't done any research beyond those things. And
no, you got to read this whole article. This is a good article.
I did read. Okay. But everything he's alleging, like
when you read it, so when you read these articles, how come you don't take that to your screen?
No.
And have these
because
conversations with your audience?
Right, so I'm having it with you.
Okay.
I'll tell you I was bullshit.
Okay.
And I want to ask you what you believe. And don't do the, I don't know what to believe. Do you believe, right? Let me give you something on clipping. Clipping is the most normal and it's the most effective way to promote anything these days. I'm telling you these things as facts.
Yeah.
Epic Records just dropped the budget over $100,000 in the last 3 days because Future dropped it. That's a clipping campaign. This is how you need to post Future. This is whatever. We want to make this big. Don't mention this. Don't mention that. Goes to Clippers. I have access to. I know the biggest Clippers. That's not money to me, but I know about it. The labels are doing it. So the labels put money in Clippers' hands.
What they got to do with the legal shit that they're being accused of, though?
Because,
I'm with you on the clipping.
No. Because
there's nothing illegal about clipping.
No.
But if you're paying Clippers to do illegal shit, then it can become illegal.
Okay. And what I'm trying to tell you is that if I'm telling you this, I'm pulling back the curtain. I'm telling you labels would just pay a Clipper. Why the fuck would the biggest artist in the world, Drake, need illegal gambling or online gambling and George to buy the streams? Does that make sense, Charlamagne? Come on, my bro. It's yes or no, bro. Come on.
Listen, I literally said,
I'm telling you what's happening with Future.
If you listen to Bernice, I said this. I said, I'm going to even shoot Drake some bail. I said, sometimes you can be involved with people and not know exactly what they got going on. You can be using these clippers to push your narratives. You can be using these clippers to promote your songs, but these clippers might also be involved in some other shit. No, I'm not.
No. Shut up. What I'm saying to you, everything you're reading that this guy is writing that came from these civil suits, I want to address it. It is false. Like,
do you think? So you're asking? Do I think Drake would be doing this?
Drake is not doing it. Okay. Republic Records, which is his label, ain't doing it.
That's a lie.
Republic Records is buying Drake's music through stake. Because that's what
I don't know.
You said it was a good article.
When it comes to using the clippers to push narratives,
okay,
and make yourself look larger than life.
Okay, so we're going off the article that you say your man Dalton did, right? And I'm saying that
he mentioned a bunch of different things Clippers are doing, not just the.
But let's talk about the legal ones because I just mentioned legal ones. The Future shit's legal.
Okay,
that's legal. You're saying, well, what about this illegal stuff? Okay, so let's talk about what could be illegal, right? Yes, theoretically, it could be illegal if there is money being transferred, sent back and forth through countries to bot streams.
Especially if it's crypto.
Yeah, but crypto is not a crime. Is having crypto? Do you have cryptocurrency?
No. If you're not reporting,
that's why you think that.
If you're not reporting it in Australia,
how would you
know? If you're doing it through tipping features,
how would you know he's reporting or not?
Oh, but the people investigating probably do.
Did Dalton make?
I have no idea.
Sure, you say you've read these.
Did you see the other article in the age.com, Australia? With the one that said they put the investigators on them, the one that said
with no new info.
It don't matter if it's new or not. The thing I be wanting to know is how come you're not having these conversations with your audience?
Because I'm trying to have it with you.
No. But you say you're so transparent.
No. Charlotte, I've spoke about these lawsuits because they filed them against Drake and Aiden before. I've said they're bullshit.
But do you tell the people what they're actually?
That there's does that even sound right?
No, but I think George might be. I think George might be involved in doing
so
that.
Why the hell? So now the allegation that Drake is doing it. Okay, so we're getting Drake out of the way. I bet. So Drake's out of the way. Why would George do it?
For money.
So who would he be doing it for?
I have no idea.
If he's doing it for, he's not. Is he a musician?
No, but it could be a musician paying him.
Who you think is paying? You're saying that there's things here, but now we're assuming a crime.
I ain't assuming nothing. I'm just reading the article. I'm giving you information.
But when we're talking about what's there, you don't even have anything you could like properly fall back on and say.
I just read you everything. These people.
The main accusation, you just agreed with me that you don't believe Drake is doing that.
Well, let me say this.
So give me another accusation.
No. Let me say this. It's hard for me to think Drake would do that. That's honestly how I feel.
Wait, what?
It's hard for me to.
Charlotte's a media legend, man.
It's hard for me to think that Drake would do that because why would he have to?
He's not.
But that doesn't mean he's not. And I'm not accusing him of anything. I'm just telling you what these allegations are saying. And I'm telling you that your boy George is in the middle of all of these allegations and he was being investigated. And apparently he told investigators he gets his marching orders from Ak and Drake. That was the original genesis of this whole shit. Me calling you privately to tell you that.
Charlotte,
why y'all decided to blow it up and make it this thing? I
because
do not know.
You told me 5 different reasons. And that was confusing. That's why I felt like you was a Roc Nation employee trying to do a psyop.
Did you hear when I also said
you said it's about narratives? You said it was about hate campaigns. Then you said it was politics. And then you said it was crypto. Like
no, the first time I called you, I said that it was politics. But what did I say? I said, but I'm looking at this shit and I don't see no political payments. It's just a bunch of music payments. I said the shit I heard Jeremy say, I don't even have that information. So either way, I'm just giving you information. I'm just giving you the heads up. I'm just letting you know that some shit is out there. Some shit may be coming. And all of this shit.
If somebody sent me your tax returns for the last 2 years and I read out verbatim and you're like, nigga, how'd you get that shit? And I'm not forthcoming about it. At some point, you got to be like, nigga, you're in cahoots with
if
who
you told me, that's not true. That's ridiculous. If you told me I don't know, I will find out because we're in media. But also, you don't get anonymous tips.
Charlotte.
No, answer. Yes. You don't get anonymous tips. You don't get mad random shit sent to you.
But you
don't know where it came from.
But I will say, at the point where now,
listen, this week alone, I heard you talking to people who was getting mad random shit from people saying this is just a source. This is just a source. This is a source. Have I asked you once who the source was?
Yeah, but you haven't. But hear what I'm trying to say. At a certain,
do you even know who the source is?
Well, there's a few sources. Trust me.
Do you know? Be honest. Do you know who these people are?
One of them I've heard about.
Okay.
A bunch.
Okay.
Other people, you have to do some research.
So that's my point.
Hear what I'm saying, though?
All right.
If it was something, if I was gonna call you to give you the heads up, I'm finding out who that is. I'm gonna be like, yo, so this chick over here that know this person, just go look at this person.
You didn't give me anything. You didn't give me time to do nothing. I told you I was gonna set up a conversation with you and Roc Nation. That we talked on a Friday for 2.5 hours. By Saturday,
that's not the put the banana in the tailpipe move. Like, come on, like, no. You think Roc Nation?
I guess I should finish it, huh? Man, that shit long as a bitch, though. Them niggas did that shit for 3 hours. What? 3 hours? I'm finna ride me about 25 miles on my bike or something, man. That's what I'm about to do.
I took every drink with him. I went to every club with him. I done every hole with him. So I gotta work out with him too. I gotta get